Hi, I'm Rachel Anspaugh. I'm from the United States. I'm studying in Freiburg, Germany for the semester. My question was, what could NATO do to aid in talks with Iran, not just with regards to its nuclear program, but also in helping the country reintegrate into the international community, having been isolated for so long?
Thank you so much. I can answer in German, I presume. No, okay. I'll not do that, because then Karl Lammers will correct my poor German grammar, which is a risk I don't want to run. Anyway, NATO is not involved. Let me start with the negative answer I have to you. NATO is not involved and should not be involved in the Iranian nuclear dispute. We have other organizations for that, as you know, the IAEA, the UN, the EU is playing a role. My friend and colleague Javier Solana is very active in this regard. But here comes the but. Also with Iran, and I think your president is proof of this, also with Iran, and that's one of the things I've learned in a long, long career in foreign policy, it is always better to talk than not to talk. Coming back to this Iron Curtain in the Cold War, we always talked to the Soviet Union before the Berlin Wall disappeared and the Iron Curtain fell. We always talked to the Soviet Union, despite huge differences. So that is the reason that I think President Obama set on a very right course by trying to reach out to Iran. And Iran was represented, as you know, at the meeting in The Hague I referred to in my speech. And I hope these contacts might intensify. No misunderstanding, Iran should stop and should make transparent a nuclear program. But NATO doesn't play a role there. Where is Iran relevant for NATO? Iran is an important neighbor of Afghanistan. And stability in Afghanistan is dependent to a large extent on stability in the region. First of all, stability in Pakistan, but also in the region in a more wider sense. So in that regard, Iran is relevant for NATO. And that's the reason that only a few weeks ago, for the very first time, there was a very informal discussion between one of the Assistant Secretary General of NATO for Political Affairs and the Iranian ambassador in Brussels. That was not a formal conversation. It was just to talk to each other. But let us keep things in the box, and that box is called Afghanistan. And that box is not called nuclear or any other element in the discussions and debates going on with Iran. But talking is always better than not talking.